record on this computer. Oh, am I recording? Yes. Ooh, okay. Sorry. It's a Monday morning, everybody, but we're excited that you're here, right? Cora's shaking her head. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, and you, oh my gosh, Cora, your background looks so nice. It's springy and flowers are blooming, and oh yeah, I actually have my window open a little bit because I feel like it's supposed to be 70 today. Isn't that crazy ridiculous? But yeah, yes. Who's calling me? Did somebody just call me?
I just said we're ready. We're ready.
Oh, all right. No, it's okay. I know. We're ready for some good weather. That's for sure. Okay. All right. So we are going to go ahead and okay. So with not a lot planned, I thought what we would do is, well, everybody knows this is Nancy Joe, and I think she's actually she's on the call here. I see like there's 3 Nancy Joes on the call. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but but what's that, Marie?
No, she is she is on the call, I believe. So she's
Okay.
listening anyway. So
Okay. All right. So yeah, she just she wants to thank everyone for their prayers and emails and text messages and cards even, you know, and you know, I talked to her on Saturday, and you know, it's a long road, and she is with her family, and I love that. And she just says thank you to everybody. So did you want to say something, Marie?
she will be traveling back to Florida tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. And
she'll be back with us next week.
Yeah, so she'll be back with us next week. Yeah. So tonight, the all team Zoom call at 7:30 p.m. Central. Patty is going to be in charge of that. I probably should post that on P-Chef team as well. Okay. So if you're not doing your own little call with your director team, you can
hop on our call.
Hop on ours if you want.
We'll so yeah. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just going to look to see if she joined. Linda is not here yet, but we will start the call saying, I want to congratulate Cassie Trulson as a new advanced director. Yay. I would also like to congratulate Linda McGuire for making month 1. So I am going to put my background to this. There we go. Congratulations, ladies. And I think we should have a couple more things to be excited about that we may or may not know.
Well, Shirley Proctor's on the call, and she is a brand new director. So I know I see her. Shirley, you want to come out, unmute and share for a second here?
And I believe Christy in the chat has a new director to introduce.
Yay. Okay, there she is. Spotlight for everyone. She's so excited, even put on makeup for us this morning, and I thought I would share. She's so inspirational. I love to listen to this girl. So you just want to share a little bit?
I would be happy to. First of all, thank you, Patty, so much for all of your encouragement, always reaching out. Very quickly, I joined Pampered Chef in 2016. Kind of as a way to have something to do for myself. My husband was traveling around the country, working in the oil and gas industry, and just living, 2,000 miles away for months at a time. And really, I was just at home, holding down the fort, and just kind of wanted something to do for myself. And did that. Started out with a lot of success and good sales, and then as I have been known to do occasionally, just kind of let things slide and procrastinated and this, that, and the other. And then, so then I went through periods of just trying to stay active with $150 every other month. And then I'd have sales, and then I'd get motivated again. And that was kind of how my Pampered Chef career had gone until 2020 decided to roll around and change the world for everybody. And in March of 2020, my husband was laid off from his job and came home in March, and we thought, well, we'll just ride this out. The work will start back up in a few months and we'll be fine because, we we're Dave Ramsey people, so we had a good emergency fund, and he was able to draw unemployment and that kind of thing. And then on May the 30th, in fact, there he is right there, on May the 30th of last year, my husband Bobby was in the backyard with our 5-year-old granddaughter riding bicycles that were getting ready to ride around the neighborhood. And he suffered a hemorrhagic stroke at 53 years old. And so as I was driving him to the hospital within a matter of minutes, I thought, if my husband dies today, what am I going to do? Because I've been out of the workforce for 10 years. I'll have to sell the house. I'll have to sell everything that we have, and try to get, some kind of $25,000 a year secretarial job. And immediately in my gut, in my mind, in my heart, that still small voice said, Shirley, you have a job that you are good at, that you have had success at, and that you can be more successful at than you could ever imagine. And I said, okay, I know what that is. So in July of that year, my husband, thankfully, let me give this praise report. On June the 17th, my husband walked out of the hospital after being in ICU, and he was in rehab for 2 weeks. And he is doing well. He's doing incredibly well. I'm still working on on some rehab things, and he's still not able to go back to work full time. So in July of last year, I did something that I really did not want to do, which was virtual parties. And Rahama, my director, Rahama Baker, was so encouraging, and she said, look, take this Stephen Joseph Bible and just do it. And y'all, it revolutionized my world, revolutionized my business. And so here we are less than a year later, and I've made director. So all things are possible. And thank you. It's just amazing how adversity can create an atmosphere for advancement.
Yeah.
And that's just a word that the Lord dropped in my heart last week.
Amen.
Adversity can create an atmosphere for advancement, and that is absolutely, and don't get me wrong, because I have changed myself in this. I'm not a go-getter, I'm a natural born quitter. I am naturally lazy, I'm naturally a procrastinator, I'm naturally disorganized. But through all of this, I have been able to change some things within myself, for the better. So once again.
Oh, you went muted. Oh, you got muted, Shirley. Say that again. You were totally muted, because this is great.
Hang on, Shirley.
We're losing your voice. Like, you're really, really, really low.
Here,
oh, that's better. Oh, no, not better.
Is it good? Because I hung up the phone.
Okay.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that was really all. I just want to extend a thank you, and I'm very thankful for this incredible company. And just look at Team Eagle. That's my team name.
Yay!
Team Eagle Prize.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Shirley, thank you so much for sharing. You have an inspirational story, and everybody else loves it. It is an amazing story. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Really do. Thank you. Thank you. We had someone else. I think who was it? Christy O'Neill. I got to find Miss Christy.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm going to introduce Sarah O'Brien. She's a new fast track director on my team. And I am just so incredibly proud and excited for her and for our team. And so, Sarah, if you want to just say a few words about who you are and Pampered Chef, we're just, like I said, so excited and so proud of the team.
Yeah. I'm going to find her. Where is she talking?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm excited to be here and thankful so much to Christy and to Laura Teal for helping me get here. I joined in the end of November of 2020, and I went to a party. I hosted a party for Christy as she actually started her business. And I honestly, I don't know what it was about the party. I had a great time at the party, and Christy asked me a couple times throughout the party, "Hey, you should host or you should be a consultant." And I have a full-time job that I love, and I don't know what it was at the end of it. I was kind of buying the whole kit anyways, and something about the way Christy asked me made me say, "Sure, I'll do it." And I kind of jumped in with both feet and I fell in love. I've always been on the operations side of business and have always wanted to sell, but have never really had the opportunity. And so I have found that here, and like I said, I fell in love with it, and I've been trying some new stuff with Christy and with Laura's guidance, and been doing some experimenting with, how do I merge the corporate world that I know and love with this newfound love for selling, and trying to push the limits a little bit of my personal capabilities. And I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to explore new sides of myself and, like I said, push the limits a little bit. So I'm grateful for everybody that I've encountered and new friends that I've made and new sides of myself that I'm seeing. So thanks to everybody that's been supportive, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we're
Sarah,
excited.
Sarah,
I was going to ask her what she does full time. Is that what you
Yeah,
were gonna
well,
ask her? I know. What do you do full time? Because that's on everybody's mind.
Yeah, I am the head of construction operations for a company called pro.com.
Pro.com.
okay, so
Wow.
you said a couple things
Yeah.
about trying to merge your probably skills and talents and with Pampered Chef. What are some of the things that worked for you? So like what you alluded to some help in moving boundaries and stuff, but specifically in normal language, what did you do? Are you doing block parties? Are you using tape? Like what specifically, what worked for you?
One of the things that Christy and I have been working on is like a corporate engagement to try to take some team building skills that I know I have with like the corporate world, and say, can we do a cooking party with your corporate group to bridge the gap that a lot of corporations are having with how to engage their teams. So, like they can't go out and do dinner with their team. So can we bring dinner to the team and have them all cook together? Do some of those kind of things and bring the skills that I have as like some of the corporate training that I've done in the past, and share that in a different way with corporate teams.
So did they pre-buy a package for their people, or how did you do that?
Yeah. So they'll buy, and it's nice because the team members then get to keep a gift, really. So they'll buy like a nice cast iron pan or something for their team members, and then we'll teach them how to cook something in it. And so they all have the experience of cooking together, and then they have a nice gift to walk away with from their company.
Love that. Love that.
I love that.
She's
And
being modest. She has 5 corporate parties. She just
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
so Christy, you did that too. I'm just like
Yeah.
curious. So the corporation or the team leader buys this gift for their people. So was your package an $80 package so they got a free gift, or was it just the cast iron skillet?
So this one that I'm doing right now, we're making the stovetop mac and cheese. And so they're getting the cast iron skillet, the quick slice, and the Dijon mustard rub. So it was like, it's a little over $100 after tax and shipping, but yeah, they got the free gift as well.
Wow.
And so the corporate bought that for their employees.
That's right.
And then you have a Zoom come cook with me party.
Yeah, that's right. And then we go through and we're making just a side salad with a Dijon vinaigrette. We're making the stovetop mac and cheese, and then we're making a galette for dessert.
Very nice. And then future bookings, are you booking other corporations, or are any of the guests enticed to buy more, book some, or what is your messaging during the come cook with me party?
Yes. Yeah. So the guests are mostly like, do you want to buy? Because I'll show other tools as we'll go through the party or through the cooking event. And so there will be an opportunity for them to purchase afterwards. as well as I'll make it's kind of a subtle offering because I don't want it to be too salesy as they're doing a team building event. So
Mhm.
I'll ask through actually at the cooking event if anybody wants to have an event afterwards, and then through an email afterwards if anybody wants to have a party to extend this to their friends and do something similar. And then I'll ask the corporate folks if they have any referrals to anybody else that wants to do something similar, or if they want to do it again.
Wow.
And so so you're having a pretty substantial show in advance. And then this seems like an incredible idea. Is this
How
what
many
most
people are
of your,
participating? Yeah. How many, like, do you have a lot of participants in there? Like, there's the,
So this one I have coming up, there's, it depends on the party, but there's like 12 to 15 people in the cooking event.
wow. Yeah. Nice size party. Yeah.
Yeah.
wow. So
Did
how-
a
what-
holiday one and they're booking a second one. So they're gonna do like multiple, like they had a good time. And so they're doing it as a repeat, event too, because they're trying to connect, more frequently. So, it's a great way to get repeat connection with this group as well.
How are you reaching out to them? Who are you reaching? How did you know who to reach out to?
So I'm just hitting up my LinkedIn network mostly for this one. And Christy came up with a great script that just says, hey, stranger, I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm working on this new thing and it's a cooking party to bring teams together. Are you interested? And it's kind of short and sweet like that. And then once they say, that sounds like a really interesting idea, which is what most of them say that get back to me. We have like a brochure that's got a couple of like chili lime pork, the mac and cheese, and the blackened chicken is kind of the 3 offers that are in the brochure. And they'll say, ooh, that sounds cool. And then we talk more about how we want to customize it for whatever their need is.
and then the guests are buying their own ingredients.
Yep.
And so,
But look at the nice package they're getting.
Yeah.
And the nice package of products that they're getting. Yeah.
Yeah.
this sounds
Oh,
wonderful.
it sounds amazing. Sounds
There's
So
amazing.
someone that reached out too about it, but they want to do it as a fundraiser. So they're going to do like a team event, but so we're still working through the logistics of that. So I think that there's also potentially like fundraiser opportunities in a corporate environment.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
I
Brilliant.
can follow back up on how that one goes, but we're trying to decide how much is going to be an upfront purchase, or if it's just the spices and then the proceeds of the party, from a fundraiser perspective.
So Laura in the chat said that we have a video link in PC team training of Christy, you sharing back in December about this.
Yeah, there's a video. It's virtual team dinner experience, Christy O'Neill. It shows her in her kitchen with her apron on, so you can find it with the picture. But yeah, Christy did this back before Christmas time for a group, and that's when it all came to fruition. And Sarah's been working with this company for quite a while to get it all going. But all the information is there.
So
in
we,
PC
again,
training.
I want to type it in the chat, Laura, virtual team. So if people are looking and searching
Yeah.
for
Virtual team dinner experience.
Let me try to share the link too. I'll go mute and try to get the video link to share right there.
Okay.
But yeah, Sarah's being very modest here because she's already active as a director for April with this party.
Wow. Wow.
So
Amazing.
yes,
Fast
yes.
track and 2 months director.
What is
Wow.
Or
it?
paid as 2 months paid as already.
Right.
Well, this is brilliant. One of the things that Pampered Chef did for Chairman's Circle for the Nationals is they had a bartending cocktail making experience. So we received a little package in the mail with like things to infuse and do. And 2 bartenders led us through, like we had our own premium cocktail set on our end. And they taught us 3 different drinks to make: a skinny margarita, an avocado margarita, something else. And then we would cheer and put our oh, let me shut off my background, but we would then have like a group a group toast. So did you do anything like that to kind of start or end the party, like to bring the corporation together, either Christy?
I made a little bit of a joke out of it from watching, and I'm trying to remember who's the Zoom Facebook group, Laura,
Okay.
the woman that does the Zoom.
Christina Bailey.
Christina Bailey. I watched her video and I thought it was funny how she drinks like anytime I ask the question. So I flipped it to my host and I said, anybody asked me a question, he had to drink. So we kind of joked around. And then in order to I politely left like once we were done so that they could eat together because it was their holiday party. So I introduced a toast, at the end, or did a toast at the end. And then I politely exited the Zoom after that.
That was very smart. So then it was the corporate Zoom number that you were using, not your own.
Right. Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. So do you have any kind of competition for what the finished product looks like, or?
I tried, but they didn't. I wanted them all to vote on the best dish, and they all held up their dishes and took a screenshot of everybody's finished dishes. But they didn't kind of bite on the contest. I probably could have pushed it a little bit more, but I didn't.
I love this. I love the
I do
idea.
too.
So I imagine, Christy, with your connections to home office, they're probably watching you like eagle eyes doing stuff like this.
I definitely reached out because I wanted to make sure this is all copacetic, how we were setting things up. But they were excited and encouraging. So
very good. Well, this is a great way to blend what's happening in the real world and bring the real cooking show experience into somebody's kitchen, but connect the group as a team. So I love it.
For sure.
Sarah, congratulations. And I'm assuming we're going to hear a lot more from you. So
Chrissy,
Hope so.
this made you are you a fast track advanced then?
I am now. Yeah.
She is.
Congrats, girl.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay. And Cora was just asking if obviously we're not in corporate, where do you suggest that we would find these groups? You have any ideas?
Talk to friends and neighbors. I mean, just like you reach out about getting bookings, think about people that you would reach out to bookings and just a different spin. Maybe it's somebody who said no to a booking in the past, but they work in a corporate job, or people that work in HR, training, or they're managers and above, so they have a budget for team building.
Love it. I love that. So I know in the chat, we had a couple of questions regarding the brochure, if they would share the brochure and the words that you had shared, Sarah. Do we already have those words from December? I don't know. Laura, do we have that?
You know what? I think we did share it, but I was scrolling on PC Team Training and I don't know where to look for it.
Okay.
I'll share them in the chat.
Okay, that's perfect. And then I'll grab it and we will add it. Then. And would you guys mind sharing the brochure? I just have to put it out there.
Yeah, I mean, as
Sure.
long as you guys are editing and making things your own, I don't
We'll
have
do
a
it almost
problem.
after
I
this
think
thing.
keep in mind when we started this, inventory was low, and so the only thing we could really do was cast iron
Oh,
because there was no cookware and there was no stoneware, and we needed a piece of cooking, equipment. So everything was based around cast iron. I think we have a big opportunity now that stoneware is back to do something around, the deep covered baker, or do so. I think there's other packages now. In fact, the gentleman that reached out to me about doing another party, I'm like, maybe I do the quick cooker, because you think about it, it's 20% off now. Think about how much you could do in the quick cooker. So
totally.
I think that there's a lot of opportunities beyond cast iron, but the great thing is you can talk about it being a legacy piece. You can talk about and teaching people how to use cast iron, because I think it's one of those things that can feel intimidating if you've never used cast iron before. And that chili lime pork recipe is beautiful. So people feel professional when they make it, because it's so pretty.
Love it. Oh, thank you so much, you guys, for sharing that. So, okay, I just wanted to get all that. Okay.
And all of that is very comparable to looking at what it would cost you to take a cooking class. But instead of taking a cooking class and just being the observer, you are actually having something that's going to last forever. So the corporate or even a group of people that want to do something like this, it is a tailor-made experience for your group where everybody has something that they will keep in their kitchen forever, and will use again and
Well,
again.
exactly. And like people are like corporate budgets, most of them it's like, yeah, $100 a pop to like go out to dinner or go to an escape room or like whatever. They're doing that anyway. Those budgets exist. So, and they hadn't been used like most, all of 2020. And so people were missing that collaboration and how to get people together. So this way they not only have the experience, but they also get to keep the product.
Yeah, and the budgets are real. The client that I'm working with right now, they said they have a budget of $25 per associate per month that they were just trying to find a way to use.
Wow.
And so when I came knocking, they said, great.
Sarah, will you share how long it actually took for this? It wasn't just a boom, like you're booking a regular party with people, because it's corporate, it has to be approved. So there was a
Right.
lot of follow-up on your end too.
Yeah, so I've been working on this one that we just sold. I've been working on it since January. So it's not, it's got a lead time.
Mhm. So follow-up is the key. Fortune is in the follow-up.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
definitely with stoneware being back, that's a big discussion point today. Stoneware is back, except for the white round stone. So, the pizza stone with the pizza peel, definitely a story there.
Yeah.
Garlic slicer, any of those flatbread recipes, incorporating, it is very exciting. So,
I know, stoneware is back.
well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Sarah.
Is
Thank
there
you.
any other promotions
Yeah.
in here today?
There is another one. I think it was Paula. Leslie, where are you, Leslie? You have a I gotta find you. Leslie.
It was Paula Corkins.
Okay, is she here?
She's there.
Okay, Paula, can you talk so I can find you?
Hello.
Uh-oh. Oh, there she is.
I have kids in the background, so.
Okay, so here, okay. Did you want to say something, Leslie? And then about Paula, I've got her all on spotlight now. So she's a brand new director.
Paula's been with me, I think, 2.5 years, and she really decided last year that she wanted to promote, and she worked really hard and stayed consistent, and she's learned a lot in the last year, and I'm really proud of everything that she's done. She's got quite a thing going. So
Excellent. Do you want to say anything, Paula? We're excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, and I'm still like shocked that I'm finally got it after working so hard. And my team, not just me, my team too. And through the guidance of Leslie, I really thank her for helping me hang in there when I get discouraged and stuff. And I'm just looking forward to further challenges in my life and moving further in the company.
Wonderful.
Congratulations. It's never too late to be great. That's what I keep saying, we're learning new things every day. So I don't think she is here. Is Amy on this call? Amy, let me see. Amy.
Okay.
Yes, Amy. Amy, can you pop in? I know she's working. She's an accountant. Amy.
Okay, hold on. Let me find her. Okay. Talk, Amy.
So Amy has only been with us for less than a year, is a director on Tracy Viren's team, Amy Schnitzler. Amy, on our Friday call, was sharing with us that she does her parties for 1 hour every night between the hours of 7 to 8. whatever time zone the hostess is. Amy, can you speak up?
Oh, she's on mute.
She's on mute. I don't know if she's working and
Oh,
she's out
maybe.
and it's April, so
Okay.
she may not. So I hate to take her thunder away from her, but we were all in shock. So think about your virtual shows and what they look like. And most of us pace out our posts all day long, you know, every 2 hours or whatever, lunchtime, morning, coffee, and it goes for a week. She is still doing that same length of time, but all of her posts are 10 minutes apart between the hours of 7 and 8:05, like host time. So it is like join us at night and the posts come every 10 minutes, what you would have been doing all day long, and leaving them with a guessing game or something that they would have to message her. So not everybody's there in real time, but they will look at the post the next day. She will get comments. She does 2 product posts in a game, 2 product posts in a game. And think about it, people who are working full time, it's after dinner, they're scrolling through their phone, they are seeing them come up in real time, just that 1 hour each of those nights. And I just thought, what a creative idea.
So
Is
that's
any-
only, she doesn't post during the day, Marie? Just
no, she might have one thing in the morning,
okay.
like just saying, today is Taco Tuesday, join us
Okay,
tonight, or whatever. But
And they're
is any-
just posts. They're just posts. It's not a live, but how
Right.
many posts?
she might have some videos in there depending
Okay.
on what the day is
Okay.
about. Is anybody else on this call doing the same thing? You could put it in chat. Yes, no, good idea, not good idea. I do something.
So the only one that was doing that was Becky, and she was doing that for 1 hour on one of the nights that she talked to her host about. So whatever night it was, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So
Oh, there's Amy. She's
Oh,
there
okay.
now. Are
okay.
you able to say,
Talk?
can you put her as spotlight?
Yeah, let me.
I want to give her the credit. It
Okay.
just, the
Yeah.
ingenuity I thought was wonderful.
Okay, so I'm putting Amy back on replay spotlight. Okay.
No, that's the wrong Amy.
Oh, wait.
Amy
Okay.
Schnetzler. Amy, how do you pronounce your last name?
Where is she? Well, that's
Schnetzler.
find her.
Say that again.
Schnetzler.
Schnetzler.
Is
Nice
she-
German name. Schnetzler.
Okay. Is that
There she is.
There she is. Okay. Now that face looks familiar.
Yes, I'm here.
So what were
So
your,
I do,
she's
I do
already
what?
achieved Excellence Award, her first year with Pampered Chef. Last month was at 14,000 in personal sales.
yes, second highest. January was like 16 something.
So
I-
she's,
Yep, I just hit elite seller this month or in March. Yes,
Awesome.
excited.
amazing. So you're getting more engagement, people staying more involved in the show. And I don't want to take your thunder away because you came up with it. How did you come to the decision to do it between 7 and 8? And what happened with your business when you started doing your post that way?
So, so my director, Tracy Vance, that's how she did it when I was in the party that she had for my cousin when I signed up. And so I tried different ways. I tried to do like one post an hour from like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. It just wasn't getting a lot with that. I thought, gosh, I'm never going to get $1,000 party. These people are having $1,000 parties and I can never get there. So I finally just went back to the 7 p.m. and I do one post every 5 minutes until it's usually till around 8:10, just depends on how many posts I want to do that day. And like Marie said, I start out the night with a game, I end the night with a game, and then I do like 2 product posts, some kind of engagement or game, you know, whatever to get them to answer, and then 2 product posts a game. My next to last post of the night is either hosting or recruiting post, pre-party Friday and Saturday, and then I do party Sunday through Friday. That way you're hitting 2 paydays. And then
I always extend it on, I make it a big deal that Friday is the last day, but then on Saturday morning, I extend it because a lot of people just, they want to see what you post during the week, but they don't have time during the week because they're working, they forget. So then I always extend it through Sunday night. So it's a long party, but you know, I generally, now this weekend with Easter, I didn't get any orders, but generally I get quite a few over that last weekend that I extended. So, and that's just what I do. I usually do, like I said, a post every 5 minutes, and it ends around 8:05, 8:10, something like that. I use Sent Share, so I just schedule them. A couple weeks ago, I had like 9 parties in 1 week, and I do not do block parties. I tried that as well, and the hosts just felt like they couldn't share, be funny, be silly with their friends, you know, side jokes, things like that. So I do them all separate, and then I use Sent Share to schedule them. I try to schedule the whole week on sometime over the weekend. So then during the week, I can engage, interact, look for questions because I work full time, you know, 40 or 50 hours a week. So, so anyway, I just, that's how I do it. And then I follow up with every person that orders and ask them, you know, if they'd like to host. Then I took the Ann Miller, I believe is her name, where she does every person is a winner. So if they said yes to a party, after I texted them, I just give them the e-cookbook. If they don't, this is where I'm having a little struggle, like that whole like, oh gosh, I'm out offering other people $25 because I don't do the brownie pan like she does. I actually, in my message to them, I just offer them any product up to $25 when they host their party. And of course, you know, they always need one more booking, no matter if they have any or if they already have 5. I mean, I still do that to try to get as many bookings as possible.
Just in case somebody's on this call and they don't know what you're talking about, you have everybody be a winner somehow. So people who participated in some of the prize games, you have game winners, you have party order winners, you have participation winners. You figure out a way, and then you're offering them an e-cookbook that they won. And then the message is, would you like to
upgrade to, if you host a party, you can upgrade to any product of your choice up to $25 when you host. So, and I think Ann Miller's information is, we had her on a director call, I think. So I think her information is probably on PC Team Training as well. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I have the Evernote, I think, somewhere. But yeah, so I just have incorporated that, and I started doing that, I believe, in, I don't know, beginning of March maybe. And I was really not, my next month was not full most of the time. Now, when I came to April, like my calendar was already full. So then I actually, for the first time since I started in May, had to say, okay, like, you know, middle of March, like, okay, my next opening is April 9th. And that's what she said was happening with her, that she was booked a couple of months out. And that's what I found too. And I had never had to do that until then. And I, you know, I mean, and I had great parties, but this is really
the good problem to have, Amy, and that's when your recruiting starts going through the roof, because you're so full that you say, oh my gosh, you should have a party right now. Why don't we just sign you up and you do your own party? That's actually how Sherry Carr started. Just for those of you who didn't realize, Sherry was at one of my Pampered Chef shows and wanted a party, and I couldn't fit her in because my calendar was full. So she did her own party and started Pampered Chef. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I was trying to.
There's questions there.
Questions, right.
Did you see that one from Jen? Is there anybody not, oh, she was looking for everybody. And do you always offer a $25 gift to each person who books?
If they book it right away, I don't. That's the whole thing that I'm kind of struggling with, you know, because if I text them and they book right away, then I give them the e-cookbook. It's just it's everyone who joins the party, whether they ever commented or did anything, is who gets the text. So that's the part I'm struggling with. And I'm not sure if how Ann did that, if she texted people after they ordered. So I'm not currently giving the $25 gift to those who book right away.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. Is there anyone who has a specific question for Amy?
I have a question. So how many parties are you running a week? I mean, do you run into any problems with Facebook Shelf if you're posting so many in 1 hour for multiple parties?
I have not had any problems with that, but what I do though is, like this week I have 4 parties. So I'll do 2 of them starting at 7 o'clock and 2 of them starting at 7:02. And I do the same things, but I offset them a little bit. And some of them, I look to see where my host is at, because one week I had a host on the East Coast, a host in the Midwest, and one in the West Coast. So then you're like an hour apart. So then, I keep track of that and go ahead and, schedule the East Coast on East Coast time. I'm in the Midwest, and then schedule, like California or Washington on their time zone. So that spreads it out a little bit as well. Now this week, all 4 of mine are in the Midwest, so we're all in the same time zone. So I've just been doing 2 of them at 7 o'clock, 2 of them at 7:02, and then every 5 minutes. So.
Okay. Excellent. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Amy. Yeah.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. I love that idea. Now, Louise is saying she does a good morning welcome and then letting them know the theme for the night. And then I'll post for like an hour, like Amy says. Where is Louise? Let's try to find her. Louise, are you still here? I know you were in and out for a second.
And Louise had a personal best. Louise Morris just knocked it out of the park in the month of March. I don't know if it is her personal best, but she had above 14,000 and no, I'm just starting this week, she's saying.
Yeah. No, okay. So you don't have anything to share on that, Miss Louise?
So next week, Louise.
Okay.
Next week, report back.
Okay, we'll have to hear that. So many great ideas. Yeah. Nope, I was inspired by Amy. Oh, look, so she was inspired by Amy. So that's what she's going to do. I do love that idea, because does anybody get any kind of interaction really during the day? Probably not, right? Yeah. So it's probably some smart thing going on. I heard it on Friday chat. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. So does anybody have if we have any new directors, any testimonies going on? Anybody else? I still don't see Linda.
You may want to take Amy off a spotlight.
Okay, I know.
She's smiling, but hats off, Amy. Congratulations on your 14,000.
So here's what I'm going to do, Maria, is I'm going to actually stop the recording and then I'll restart it again. Okay, you good? Hold on.